Okay, so today I am creating mode, yay! And well, nothing, and planning to build a pretty big house. That looks like this, kinda, I guess. And there we go. Now it's moving. So it looks something like this. I'm planning to have like a super good runway system thing, I guess. Yeah, something like that. Something like this. The one of a kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice cold milk. My family agrees on one thing: Cold Summer Apples. Ice cream flavors are another story. Summer's easiest decision: Cold Styles. Almost more than you will love. Plus, save 40% across the store at Kohl's.com. This is the Burger King Original Chicken Sandwich. Yeah, try the classic. But the crunchy, sneaky little jalapeno. Or the smoky bacon club. This lineup is loaded with flavor for days. Ooh, boom, done. These nuts slides right through all the grease. Then a quick run to satisfaction. These colors. Good night, apartment. Good night, pots. Good night, pans. Good night, fancy espresso machine. Good night, keys to the sports car you spent years saving for. Good night, DSLR camera, vintage diving watch, whatever that is. And good night, concerns about your stuff or anything that might happen to it. Because you bundled your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. The end. Oh, and good night, neighbors. Domino's best deal ever now includes Step Crust. What do you think of that potato? One of the things I love about Southern New Hampshire University is how flexible the schedule was. And the financial aspect of it, I ran to my husband with my computer and I said, "Look, we can do this." Now that I have my degree, it allows me to have this self-taught. Instead of looking at the vice privilege and get a degree from Southern New Hampshire University. Yeah. Whiskey's growing. Let's dive into something new. Yeah, Whiskey's California. It's 20-minute meals, grilled chicken, and there's bologna. We're gonna eat bigger bowls. It's delicious. Yeah. Whiskey, always more to explore. I'm a rock star now. After all, what is every man but a horde of ghosts? Oaks that were acorns that were oaks. Walter Dillon. Single dicks on what I've done five. Not much to go on. Let's start with the basics. Those rocks were heavy, so our killers most likely made up probably a physical shape. There could be more than one on set. Newsflash, we just got lucky with demo record. Our Jane Doe is Gloria Carlisle, 24-year-old grammar school teacher, one red flag, and it's pretty Scarlet Carmen Crimson. She used to belong to a utopian-style sect in town. She turned it right out of high school. Used to belong? She left the sect 3 months ago and she was looking for a boyfriend. Do you know the boyfriend's whereabouts? He's in Alaska, so his alibi's as solid as a pre-global warm glacier. Garcia, is this sect run by a man named Herbert Sykes? Wonder boy, yes it is. How'd you know that? 5 5 years ago, a teenage girl was found dead on the grounds of this compound. It was determined to be an honor killing. The source girl was stoned to death. What's appeared to be the cause of death in Gloria's murder as well?
We're afraid to get rid of it. I take you and Gwen find out what you can about Gloria Carlisle from the medical exam there. We're going to re-go to the crime scene. JJ and I will talk to Gloria's family as well as have a chat with her besides.
Alright, next is
A couple of fossil hunters nosing around up here found her.
Those are rocks.
My men moved them off her body. But that's all anyone's touched them.
Just sedimentary conglomerates around in class.
Say so.
That means geologically speaking, they don't belong up here. The rest of this canyon is tertiary rhyolite volcanics. We've done so much of rock, these rocks with them.
It should be noisy and time consuming. So the answer obviously felt comfortable enough up here to take the time to meet.
Probably been here before.
Sergeant, how wide was the radius of the initial search?
We canvassed out about 200 yards in all directions. We didn't find anything.
We may need to push that out a little further.
I was shocked when I heard. Even though Gloria chose to leave here, her loss will be felt. We spoke to Gloria's plans a little while ago, and they said that you had a fight with Gloria the day that she left the community.
This has something to do with your claim to divine heritage?
I am the spiritual leader of my community. As such, I often speak allegorically or in parables.
Gloria took the divine heritage business literally.
Yes, she dug around in my family history looking for, who knows what, God, Buddha, Zeus. We were also told that Gloria was threatened by much of the community when she announced her intention to leave. I have no knowledge of that.
So the friends she made there weren't told to shun her?
Let's talk about the stoning death in the future.
so pretty much.
Since you seem to know the answers to the questions you're asking, why don't you tell me? Look, the guilty party was sent to prison where he belongs. What else do you want to know? We're given the original case file. We were less than forthcoming in the initial stages of the investigation.
You hired a public relations firm to get away from the murder.
It took me years to build my community. My investment is substantial. Let's not watch it go under because of one tragic incident. I think we're done. We may have some more questions, so please keep yourself available for the next few days. The law firm of Gordon, Foxwood, and Mendelovich.
Box chest up. Pop out over on this side. So let's quickly do that. Now let's build a little hopper system that will go underneath the ground here, and this is pretty overkill. You don't need to do this at all, but I want to be fancy, so I want the shulker boxes to end up in this chest. Let's put a hopper here, and let's repeat the same dropper system over here. Comparator, a sticky piston, an observer, and an observer. So it should spit out some blocks. Perfect. And this should work, so let's try it. Let's load up the shulker inside the shulker unloader. And while stone brick is being unloaded, whenever this is done unloading, the shulker box should break like that, and it should come over here. Please work, please work, please work. Come on. Yes, and we got the shulker box on this side. That is so cool. And right now it looks like a mess of redstone stuff, but don't worry, I'll clean it up later in the video and make this entire place look amazing. Now that the dump chest and the shulker box unloader machines are complete and all working, it's time to organize all of these chests and figure out where all of the items will go, like wood, stone, brick, and dirt. So I'm gonna need a lot of item frames to categorize every single item. So let's come over here to my cow farm. I kind of forgot I had this, and I only have 4 pieces of leather. Nice. That's totally enough. I also have a nice idea that involves a lot of glowstone, so let's go grab a lot of this. Don't mind me, guys. Let me just sneak by you here and grab my glowstone. Oh my. Using the glowstone, let's craft some redstone lamps. My idea is to have a redstone lamp connected to every single hopper, so when items travel around the hopper system, you can see all the lamps light up. So let's give it a try. If I throw in like a bunch of item frames, will it light it? Oh, it doesn't light up. Why? What happened? Oh, I need to fill in all of these hoppers. Okay. And I just realized I can't open these chests. Bruh. Everything is going wrong in this video. Let's change it to some slabs. And let's bring this whole design all the way around. Okay, I really hope this works. I haven't really tested it yet, and I can't really test it until the very end of the video. Once all of these hoppers are filled up, so I guess you're gonna have to wait. I feel like it's gonna look so cool though. And now for the item frames, I think I'm gonna put them on these blocks right here. So let's just test it out and see how it looks. Okay, it's not my favorite. How about up here? Well, that kind of blocks the redstone lamps now. I guess we're gonna have to go old-fashioned and just put it on the chests, which isn't terrible. Let's put all the item frames down. And it's coming together quite nicely. And now it's time for the most painful and tedious part, which is figuring out where all the blocks should go and be sorted. This entire process took hours and hours. So I finally added one block to every single chest here except for this one. I really don't know what to put here, but I ran into my first problem, and that is I already ran out of space before I can even use my chest room, because I practically have every single block here except for these blocks. All the terracottas, all the concretes, all the colors, all the glass. Like I need a lot of room for these. So I think it's already time to expand this chest room. Wait, before I finish clearing this place up, let's give it a test. I really want to see all these redstone lamps light up. So let's put some grass blocks in here, and it should go to this chest. And oh my god, look at it. Look at it. That's so awesome. Wait. Oh, there we go. It's such a little detail, but it just makes me happy. I get to see where the blocks end up, and it should stop right there. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. This gets me really excited for some reason. Now, let's try some deep slate. It should go all the way to this chest, so... Whee! Why am I so fascinated by lights just turning on? I'm actually a child. Oh, and stop. It works. Well, that's good news. Now, let's continue removing the earth. So I ended up digging a way bigger hole so I can fit all of the auto sorters. And all I need to do is bring this hopper like this and then straight down, which I believe should work. And now I need to build out the layout for this chest room down here. And it's going to be slightly different because there's 16 colors in Minecraft. And I need to store terracotta, concrete, stained glass, and some wool. Then have a section for miscellaneous stuff or if I ever want to expand the chest room. Well, but I added another 156 chests down here. All of these chests will be enough to sort the wool, the concrete, the terracotta, and the stained glass. So basically every block in Minecraft. This is looking pretty unreal. But now let's start adding some hoppers to the back of these chests. Yeah, having all of these chests and hoppers are but a lag on my hardcore world. But anyways, with that being said, let's start building the auto sorters. And now let's connect all of the hoppers. The hopper line goes all the way around, connecting to every single chest, and all I need to do is connect this final piece like that. And now we're fully connected to the entire system up here. And just a reminder, this is what the old chest room looked like, and this is what it looks like now. Yeah, it's a pretty insane upgrade, but we're not completely finished yet. Let's build the same thing that we had up there with the redstone lamps. Let's put down some slabs and some comparators, which I'm just about to run out. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more. But in the meantime, let's put down some lamps. And when the items come from the top system down to the bottom system, it should light up these lamps as well. Should. I'm not sure if it's gonna work yet. But let's go make some more comparators. And let's continue working on these redstone lamps. Alright, all of the redstone and auto sorters should be complete, and all I gotta do now is to assign an item for all of these chests. So now all of them are empty, and now they're not. You guys don't understand how long it took me to collect every color in the game. It was very painful. But now that all of the redstone part for the auto sorter is officially complete, it's finally time to cover this entire thing with a nice build. And my plan is to build another Japanese styled house, and I'm not the best at building, but let's give it a try. So for the Japanese house, I want to make the roof out of some type of blue block. So I think some warped stairs would be the best option. And I really don't like the sound of this block. It sounds like I'm walking around with a wet shoe. It brings back disgusting memories. Alright, so I got a bunch of warped stem logs now, and let's try to put it in this sugar box deloader and see if it works. Okay, it should be unloading, I think. I haven't tested this in a while. Okay, and it should be coming up this water stream eventually, which is not happening. Why is it broken? Hello? Oh, wait. I never even connected it. There we go. Now it should work. So if we come here, we should see some stem coming up. Nice. And it's going all the way around. And where is the stem? Oh, right over there. It's coming. It's coming. And it stopped right here. Is it working? Oh my god, it's working. This has to be the coolest thing I've ever built. I'm actually so happy this works. But now let's start building the house to cover up the chest room. So I have the basic frame built out, and this is a very large building. I didn't think it would be this big. And just by looking at it, it looks like the roof will be pretty ginormous. So I'm going to try to bring this in just slightly, a little like that, and then start building the canopy. I don't know. It's going to look really weird and bad. But let's just see how it turns out. I have an idea. To make this look a little more normal, I'm going to build a second layer just for decoration, and I might put something up on the second floor. I guess I could have put the storage room up here, but it's a little too late for that now. But let's come up with the frame. I think I might skip every 3 blocks and then add a middle one here. So this would be like some decoration, and this would be a big window. Hopefully it lines up. Oh, perfect. That's so perfect. Let's do that all the way around. Okay, this is not so perfect. Now let's start building the second layer and see what we come up with. So this is what I got so far. And what you see here will be the second layer of this giant Japanese style home. But this will make the rooftop a lot smaller, if that makes sense. So I can actually make it look to scale of the entire size of this, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm sure no one does. So let's just keep building. Okay, so far we're halfway done the roof. Oh, wait. We're not. Now we are. But this entire build is taking a lot more warped planks than I thought. So let's spend the next hour collecting some more warped blocks. Come here, you ugly white sugar cube thing. Let's get it started. Ow. 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 Okay. I am a burnt cookie now. And let's continue this madness. And this is probably the most painful thing ever. It looks really easy, but if you guys have ever placed stairs before, you know it can go really wrong and get super frustrating like that. Like, I can never place it straight and yeah. There's literal steam coming out of my ears. But this is taking a while, so let's finish this up. All right, let's move on to more important things, like finishing up these walls. Honestly, I think this is more important. There's a lot of mobs around here now, and if a creeper spawns in this redstone, it would be really bad if it blew up everything and just deleted like the 50 hours I spent on this. I just put torches everywhere. I'm putting torches on a redstone lamp that is lightable. I'm lost for words. That's like dipping ketchup chips in ketchup. Do you guys have ketchup chips where you live? In Canada, there is, and it sounds pretty gross, but it's really good. All right, I'm just gonna shut up now and continue building. Ow. Guys, It's raining right now in my world. Have you guys ever seen it rain in my world? What? I swear this is like the first time it ever rained. Okay, that's very weird. But this side isn't looking too bad. It's a pretty simple design, and let's just repeat it on that side, and it will basically be the same thing up here. So yeah, I'm pretty creative, I know. Alright, the front is basically complete. It's really simple, but I actually like it. Oh, I missed a block right there. You can't hide from me. So the bottom part is basically all complete. Now I just need to focus on the second floor, and the whole exterior of the house will be complete. I literally can't wait to see the finished product. You guys are gonna be blown away. And the last thing I want to add over here is like a statue type of thing, because Japanese culture has a lot of statues, I'm pretty sure. And I want to put like an animal up here, like a lion or something. So let's smooth this out just a little bit. Let's build a flat platform. And using some sandstone, let's try to build a lion. I feel like that looks pretty good. He's just kind of inside the building. So I did a pretty job planning the size of it, but I think it's still pretty good. Now let's build the same thing on the other side. The entire exterior is complete. We gotta start working on the interior, and there's a lot of work to do in here as well. But let's first start off simple and start building the main floor, which would be pretty nice so I can actually reach my chest room. Yeah. Now let's start adding some finer details like some logs right here to carry on the same trend from the exterior into the interior. Now let's add some stairs right here to clean it up a little bit, and just some finer details. And now let's start working on the ceiling. So I decided to add some leaves to the ceiling just to add a bit of color, and one little detail that's bothering me is this. It's making it look a little too like industrial. It kind of takes away the color from the entire build. So I feel like if I change it to oak planks to give it a little bit of contrast from all of this dark wood, it might look a little better. Let's take a look, and oh yeah, I like that a lot more. But now let's continue the same design. Alright, I completed the main floor. This part is a little ugly. I don't like how flat it is, but it's not that big of a deal. I do like it anyways, but now let's start working on this bottom part. And it's basically going to be the same exact thing. A bunch of wood and some leaves. And finally, I am done my brand new base with an auto sorter for every single item that you can think of in the game, and just a beautiful Japanese styled exterior. And I decided to leave some glass right here so you can look inside and see all of the redstone madness, but it's finally done. That was so painful and it took so long. But now let's give it a try. Let's throw in all of these items and see if it really sorts it. This is my first time ever testing it with a whole bunch of different items, so let's pray it doesn't break right here. Let's also put in some shulker boxes. And let's see. Oh, I didn't think that would happen. There's all the trapdoors kind of get moved and blinked. I guess that's a nice addition. There's a bunch of items being shot up this water stream elevator. They're all going to be sorted out into these chests. And all of the items that don't have a dedicated auto sorter will just end up in one of these chests. We're getting pretty close to the end. So let's grab all of my old items. Just grab a whole bunch of random stuff and let's throw it all in there. But it seems like everything is sorted correctly. And everything that isn't goes right here. But this is what the chest room looked like at the beginning of the video. And this is what it looks like now. I have a massive project plan for next episode. But for us to build it, we're gonna need a lot of wool. And what better way to get unlimited materials than to build another factory? So let's start building the wool factory right over here. I almost passed out there. Yeah, clearing this jungle took me 2 full hours. But now let's start building the ultimate sheep shearer 9003. That was probably the most uncool thing I've ever said in my life. Yeah. I really hope this works. So the sheep should go right in there. Let's try to grab a sheep and they're kind of stuck. So, oh god. Okay, that's a little too many. Okay, stop. Oh no. Please send help. Okay, I finally got a few sheep here and I totally didn't struggle at all. Get in the hole, please. Get in. Come on. Okay, bro. Where are you going? Come back. Yep. Okay, no. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay. All right, just get into the hole. There we go. Now all we gotta do is put a shear in the dispenser, and when he eats the grass like he just did, it should shear him and give me his wool that I literally missed. Oh, there we go. Now he's butt naked and we got some wool. Oh yeah, it's working. And now to get every single color of wool, I need to build this 16 more times. Yeah. For every single color of wool, I'm gonna have 2 sheep. Just to make it more efficient, the shears will go in here, and I even added a hopper above it so we'll never run out of shears. So these 3 will have a certain color, and then we'll put some more colors over on this side. But now let's continue building the automatic sheep shearer 9004. 9003. I forgot I named it that. That is 8 automatic wool machines complete. And now let's work on the other 8. Now that we have 16 pods fully built, all we need to do now is bring some sheep over here and put them in the pods. You hear that? I'm gonna farm your entire family. What do you have to say about that? Okay. And I had a pretty tough time transporting the sheep with some wheat. So let's use some leads instead. Let's clear out my inventory. By the way, if you guys haven't watched my last episode yet, I built a pretty awesome automatic chest room. Stores every block in the game for me. Let's grab some leads and let's start collecting some sheep. How did a sheep just die? What? How did he die? I am lost for words. All right, we have made it. Let's build a little fence so these guys don't escape and run away from their new home. So let's build this right here. Come on in. And there we go. All right, let's go through the painful process of transporting these sheep into these little pods. This is going to be pretty tough. All right. First up, Albert, get in there. No, don't fall in there. No. Bruh, come on. Separate, please. Get over here, you dummy. Come on, make some room, please. There we go. Yeah, let's put some trapdoors to make my life a little easier. Okay, we have a problem. I dropped some leads in there. I was wondering why they weren't being picked up by the minecart, and I just realized I built this entire thing wrong. Yep. Every single one of these are wrong. The hoppers and the minecart needs to be on this block, not that one. It's not a cookie build without me messing up at least once. Okay, I got a sheep in every single pod now, and some of them have babies because I tried breeding them so they don't despawn. And yeah, it looks kind of weird now. Well, let's fix this up. I gotta remove this entire bottom part and move it 1 block backwards. Wait, this one was built right. This side is built right. All of these are right. Oh, it was this side that was wrong. Oh no. I think I built this entire thing wrong. Everything is wrong. I see. I was supposed to build this sheep layer 1 block this way. Yeah, I goofed. Well, now it's gonna be 10 times harder to fix it with all of the sheep there. Okay, let's put some grass here and now some glass, and it shouldn't be too hard, I think. All I need to do is have these sheep move that way. Baby's doing it because he's smart. You move, please. Go. Okay, now the baby's not smart. Bruh. Okay, I'm sorry. Are you... I think I'm not the smart one. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Now if I put a dispenser here and a hopper, just move everything up a block, it should fix itself. This is gonna be very painful. And to make my life easier, I ended up just killing all of the sheep and rebuilding it. It's all fixed up. And now let's start dyeing these sheep to the correct color. There are a few flowers right here. So let's yoink this. Get some red, some blue, some yellow, and some white. Oh, wait. I don't need white. I'm dumb. If I'm not mistaken, sheep are pretty white. Let's grab a bunch of these random colors that I have just chilling here. And I have a few in here that I can grab. And I'm only missing the brown dye. But I'm pretty sure I have one brown sheep inside of here. Oh my god, I do. Let's shear him. And, oh wait, that gives me brown wool. I am so dumb. How on earth do you make brown dye? Do I just take... Oh wait, I have some here. You guys will be lime. You guys will be green, yellow, orange, some reed, pink. And by the way, I renamed all of the sheep because I was scared they were gonna despawn. So yeah, don't make fun of my extremely unique names. And lastly, the black sheeps. There we go. Look how colorful they are. I love it. And we even got the rare pink sheep that I totally got naturally. So if I build this correctly, every time a sheep eats the grass, they should be getting sheared. And these guys ate some grass and they're not getting sheared. Why is that? It's because I forgot shears. My brain is not working this episode. Okay, we'll test it out later. But for now, let's start working on the giant farm stable that will cover this up. Soon, we're gonna start working on some cool little bits and bobs like block conveyor belts and some cool dispensers shooting out wool or something. So my idea is to build this out of wood, which will be different from those factories. But since it's housing some animals, I think this is the only way to correctly do this. And for the doors, I want to make some type of barn doors that kind of open like this, if you know what I mean. So these will go up just like that. But for now, let's map out the shape for the sheep factory. Now that we have the frame built out, let's work on a simple wall design that I can repeat over and over in all of these little sections. Let's add some stone brick. And I do want to have a nice little window right here. So let's put some stairs. Let's add some more wood down here with some little borders. Let's add a little sunshade thing over the window and maybe some slabs here to smooth it out. And honestly, I might just go with something simple like this. I decided to change it up a bit to some bricks because it will match the roof pretty nice. And let's add some bit of light. And I think that's a pretty easy design to copy and paste all throughout. Alright, we're getting a lot done. We got this entire side complete as well as the entire back side. And as you can see, it's a very unique design, changing every single time. Okay, let's start working on this final wall. And there we go. And I'm actually really liking this new design of a factory compared to this design that I used like 4 times already. But now let's start working on the rooftop. Let's put a whole bunch of bricks so it's still giving off like a factory vibe using the brick and making it look a little industrial still, but also adding some wood so it looks homey and farmy. Honestly, I'm just making random stuff up. I don't even know what I'm saying. And I just ran out of brick. Bruh, I'm literally missing the entire rooftop. Could I just do this without anybody noticing? Like, come on, like, it's not that big of a difference. They both have brick inside the name. You know, like brick, stone brick. Same thing, right? Yeah, I take that back. Let's get some mason workers going here. Come on, kids, pick up a job. You guys are at the right age. And I'm pretty sure I could trade for clay, right? No, that's reverse. Oh, wait, I could trade for bricks. I'm blind. Let's go ahead and grab some emerald. Come on. What? I'm out of emerald? Bruh. I don't even remember how to use my raid farm. Like, I really don't want to wait for this. This takes forever. And now let's start getting myself some brick. Let's shoot up some bricks. Let's get some stairs. And let's continue building the roof. So the roof is almost complete, but I do have a super flat part on the top here, which is kind of weird. So my plan is to build a second layer. So let's build some like logs right here. In the I totally forgot I didn't build this side yet. Oh, that was a very ugly laugh. But my plan was to build like a second layer here. So the entire thing looks a little bit more normal. And then I can put a sheep face on there for the wool factory. But let's continue building this. So now that I made sure this side is complete, let's just make sure it's real. Yeah, it's real. Let's start building a second layer right here. And I think this will be kind of good. So let's kind of build it across here now. I think maybe a little higher. 1, 2, 3. And build it across like this. Now if I strip these down and make this look a little more real by breaking that, this should look a little better. Okay, maybe I need to move it back a little bit and make it taller. Okay, I think I fixed it up, and yeah, I think that will look a lot better. I hope. It doesn't give me a lot of space to put a sheep face, so I might have to shove it in there somehow. But let's bring this all the way back here. Okay, maybe that's a little too far. I think this would be a good distance away. And let's continue working on the second layer. So I decided to change up the oak plank to some quartz, and I actually really like it. Now I don't really know what to do with these windows. I do want to... Whoa, what the... Hello? Why are you jumping so much? I do want to add some stained colored glass to match with the sheep farm, but it would look a little weird. So I think I'm just gonna stick to some white stained glass, which will be right here. I trapped myself. Let me out, please. Alright, all of the windows are now complete and the entire exterior. Now we just need to work on the inside of this wool factory. First, starting off with the floor. That was probably the unsmoothest transition ever. And let's quickly finish up these walls so we can move on to the fun bits. Like building a wool block conveyor belt right over here. I want to make like 4 vertical sections, kind of like this, so you see a bunch of wool blocks moving around, exactly like what I have here with these iron blocks. So let's put one right in the middle here and maybe skip 3 or 2 blocks like this and skip another 3. This is gonna look like a slot machine, which is not what I want, but I might do a separate design here. What if I put some observers so it would detect a block being placed right here, and maybe would it transfer a redstone signal down there? Oh my god, it will. And now if I put another redstone dust there, that did not work. How about this? Okay, that doesn't work. How about a comparator? Let's put this down, and then a repeater and a block. That doesn't work either. Yeah, let's just stick to what I normally do. So I built this rail track right here, and my recording didn't record anything. Bruh. But basically, I made this so I can finally test out if the sheep farm works. But while we wait, let's continue working on this block pusher conveyor belt thingy. So now let's connect these pistons up. Same with this one. And let's delay it a tick so it goes on the same time. Perfect. Let's put down some slabs so I can bring up the redstone current all the way up here to these pistons. Let's now connect up these top pistons like this. Oh, I cannot do that. There we go. And let's actually delay it just 1 tick, so that looks good. Let's put another repeater, some more blocks on top of these guys. Let's add 1 tick and put some redstone on top to activate these pistons. And lastly, let's put a full tick repeater here and connect up these last pistons here, and hopefully they're all in sync. Actually, this one is a little too fast. How about now? All right, that looks good. Let's give it a test. Let's keep filling up these pistons with some blocks and see if it actually goes around in a circle. So once it gets up there, it gets pushed. Nice. It should get pushed down. Okay. And the final test, it should get pushed here, and it's completely working. Now if I put 1 more block here, it should go a full cycle. Yes, it does. That is perfect. Now if we replace the stone brick with some wool, and it looks a whole lot better. Once it adds some decoration, it's gonna look insane. Speaking of decoration, let's start decorating this area because it's pretty ugly. I already did this side because my recording kind of crashed and didn't record anything again. But let's repeat the same exact design over here. And now let's start designing this area and make it look really good. Let's bring up some stone brick because I am seeing a lot of wood here, which I don't really like. A little too much wood. So I think right in the middle, I'll be focusing on some stone. Let's slap down some circle stone and then some stone bricks all throughout. Let's put some stairs right where these wool pieces are, like that. Let's bring up these pillars. And I think I'm actually going to use this separate slot to add some greenery. So let's actually use some azalea leaves. I don't use this quite often, but I really really like these leaves. Let's first add some accent blocks inside here like that. Just put some light at the back, so it's just some hidden lighting, which is always nice. And I think that looks pretty good. Let's finish it up over here. Let's also add some more light over here to keep it with the same design that I have over here. And I'm starting to like this a lot, and everything is looking pretty good so far. I just need to figure out how to finish up this ceiling, because I do have a lot of random shapes going on here. Like if I bring this over to this side to connect them, I feel like it will look a little weird with this thing, right? Unless I just bring this up and then do that, or let's actually make it like that. And yeah, it's just a weird mix up in this corner, but I don't really have any other choice, so let's just finish up the ceiling to cover up all this mess. But yeah, if there was a lightning strike into here or just a little fire, this entire thing is going down in flames. I have so much wood everywhere. I probably should have used a different material, at least down here, if I can get down there. Oh my. Yeah, it's a little too much for my liking, but I'll try to switch it up here with some stone or quartz or something, and let me just bump my head into every block in the game. And now let's just put a bunch of random blocks like this. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll just roll with that design. Bam, bam. And now let's add a little bit of greenery by adding some leaves to the ceiling. And we're almost complete. We got 2 of the roofs complete, and I actually really like how this looks. I just need this main area, and I really hate building rooftops. It's kind of annoying. Like, can I just leave it like this? Like, how bad does this really look? Not that bad, but I'll do it for the views. Not really for the views, because it's mainly for my own satisfaction, but let's do it. The first thing I want to do is remove this and make this railroad track thing look a lot better, because this stone just doesn't match. It just looks... Actually, I feel like it's not terrible. Hold up. Let me continue this build first and see. Okay, yeah. Let's definitely bring it down a few blocks so the minecart's actually visible when it goes by. Whee! And let's make it look like it's being supported a little bit by adding some stairs right here. And maybe just one little support beam. It might add a little too much. Like this. Yeah, I think I'll keep it like that. Can you put rails on stairs? Oh my god, you can. Okay, I just made this look even better. Look at that. Now if I push this around, look at that little arc right there. Little details, man. It just makes it look so much better. My plan for this part of the ceiling is to have a sheep face looking down at me and some more leaves over here, and we will be basically done. So let's start on the ceiling. And this is the ceiling I designed for this section, and I really like this arc. It adds like a nice little texture or character or insert a cool word here type of vibe. Yeah. So now I need to figure out how to build a sheep head flatwards. Not backwards, flatwards. Is that a word? I don't know, but I got all the materials I need here, and let's just give it a try. So I think the eyes will go here and here. I think so. Let's bring the face down a bit. I think the mouth goes right here, here, and then it goes like this L. Oh my god, I'm actually doing it. I'm doing it, Mom. I'm doing it. And then we do something like that, and bam! Look at this. Yo, I got a sheep head on the ceiling. It's not aligned perfectly because this is 8 blocks and this is an odd number, but math 3 plus 3 is 9, and there we go. We did it. I'm so tired right now, guys. I'm just spitting random words at you guys. Okay, let's get up here and finish designing the ceiling. My plan is to have a nice simple wood border that kind of surrounds the sheep face, and let's remember to strip all of these logs, and there we go. And there we go. And the very last thing I want to add is a little bit of greenery here, so let's put some cauldrons down in these corners like this, and this would just look like some flowering pots or whatever you want it to be. Let's put one over here as well, and the entire wool factory is complete and decorated with... Oh, I lied. I need to remove this. And now it's done. Oh, wait, I need to turn this machine back on. Now it's done. So far, we only got a little bit of wool. I think it was because I didn't have any light up here. I had to add some lanterns so the grass would grow back. But, oh yeah, it is working now. They're all sheared. Oh, that explains it. Okay. Oh, there you have it. That is my wool factory in Minecraft Hardcore. Minecraft biomes are pretty plain. So in this video, I will be building custom biomes. And this would be a great spot to build it right in front of my home. Let's start building out the frame. There we go. And this is the size of the frame so far. And I think it's a little too small. So, bam. That looks a lot better. Now, instead of 4 quadrants, I want to have only 3. So, hey, that looks pretty good. So here's the plan. Each one of these sections will have a different custom biome. 2 of the custom biomes will be unknown for now, but let's start off with the pink blossom tree biome. For the first custom biome, I want to build a lot of pink trees, which means I need a lot of pink wool and... oh, I don't think that's going to be enough. Well, luckily we built a wool factory last episode, so let's come in here and... okay. I also need a bunch of grass and also some green stained concrete. Luckily, I have this cactus farm that gets me pretty much unlimited cacti. That will give me pretty much unlimited green dye. So now that we have all of the materials, let's start working on the pink blossom biome. So I basically have half of the floor complete, and I decided to add in some concrete to change up the texture a little bit, but I'm kind of wondering if lime concrete would make it look better or worse. What do you guys think? I do want this cherry blossom biome to look pretty vibrant and beautiful, so maybe adding some additional lime concrete will make it look a little bit better. Yeah, it looks alright. But anyways, let's finish the entire grass floor. Honestly, I don't really know how I feel about this puke green terrain, but let's just run with it and start building some hills. And right here in the middle where the stone is, I want to build a little hill spike type of thing, kind of like these cliffs, and have a waterfall come down from it. I have no idea how that will look, but let's give it a try. And let's build another cliff over here on this side. That will be slightly taller so I can build a cool little bridge between these two. Yeah, I might have made a mistake and I probably should have lit this entire place up because we are infested with mobs. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. I need to get out of here. Oh. Now let's start working on the little bridge that will connect these 2 hills together. I'm thinking about using some acacia wood for the main portion, and on the outer side will be a spruce frame, because I think that's a pretty good contrast. Let's have it curve just slightly to the left here. Let's add a few fences to the bottom so it looks like it's being supported a bit. Now let's build a little hut right over here in this empty space. And I'll also be using the acacia and spruce combination to match with the bridge. The house looks alright, but now let's build a little path that leads over to this mountain right here, and let's work on a spirally staircase that kind of wraps around this cliff, so there's a way to get up here. Now let's clean it up a little bit by adding a spruce border. And now we got a pretty sick staircase that wraps around this cliff. Let's make some path blocks right here that will lead to this bridge. And now let's build something cool on top of this cliff. Well, this looks like something cool. Now let's add one more finer detail to the path before we start working on the pink trees. Hey, there we go. And now to build the pink blossom trees, I'm gonna need a lot more acacia wood. So, yoink. Let's turn the logs into some 4-sided wood. And now let's start on these custom trees. Let's start working on a little tree first and build a realistic foundation for it. This doesn't look too bad. The roots kind of stick out a little bit. And now let's work on the shaft. That sounded a little weird. And I want to branch it out a little bit so there's like a Y shape right here. Why? I don't know. I guess it looks a little cooler. And now for the painful part, which is adding the color of the tree, which is pink and white. I need it to look pretty fluffy and airy, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of air pockets around, and that's pretty hard to do. Well, let's see how it's looking so far. Oh my. Okay, that needs a lot of work. And that doesn't look too bad. I think I just need to fill in this bottom part a little more because it's pretty flat. And I think we are done. I actually really like how that looks. But the tree looks a lot filler or full now. Now we just need to cover the entire biome with those trees. And yeah, it's very painful building one of these. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna build like smaller sized version of the. So I built an even bigger one. And now this custom biome is starting to look really good. I think we just need to add 2 more of these trees around here. But this time I'm for real gonna build a smaller tree. Trust me, I'm gonna build a smaller tree. I'm gonna build a smaller tree. So I built a bigger... No, I'm just kidding. This one's a little bit smaller. And I built 2 more, but I realized they started getting uglier and uglier and smaller and smaller. Like this one looks okay. It's kind of like simple, just straight up and then... Look at that. Yeah, I started getting a little lazy. But now let's start adding some finer details like flowers and some bamboo. And this biome should be complete. And I have a feeling this blue color will match very well with the pink. So let's grab a bunch of these. Let's start adding some grass. And some of these flowers. And now let's add a bunch of grouped bamboo around just to give it some height, I guess. And finally some little lampposts around here so no mobs spawn, and it'll give it a nicer look. And finally the first custom biome is officially complete. The pink blossom forest thingy thing. Yep. So next up, let's start working on something scarier. Let's build a toxic wasteland. And the main block I'm gonna use is deep slate. Let's see if I have any. Bruh, that's not gonna be enough. Let's get some deep slate. Wait, oh, this is basalt. I have officially lost my brain. I really thought this was deep slate. I mean, I guess I could still use basalt. It still gives off the wasteland type of vibe, but that was kind of that was kind of embarrassing. And let's come down here where I trapped 100 wardens. And it blows my mind every time I see this. And let's mine for some real deep slate this time. This is deep slate, right? Okay, it is. Oh, man. Just checking, just making sure. You know, you never know. Okay, let's get building. And I already ran out of deep slate. Bruh. So I spent the next hour collecting even more deep slate. I spent another hour holding down my right click button. And there we go. As easy as that.
That was easy.
Alright, biome complete. Next one. No, just kidding. Now let's start adding some natural hills and bumps like regular Minecraft terrain. But let's also somehow make it look like a wasteland. So the terrain I made looks pretty vanilla, but I tried adding these little spikes here to simulate that biome in the nether. It's called the spiky gray thing. But right here in the middle, I want to put like an acid or toxic lake. And this will be the Big Daddy Lake right in the middle here with this flat area. So let's mine it out real quick and make a wonky shape for it. That looks kind of wonky, I guess. And let's just remove this. And now I need to go through the painful process of draining the ocean once again. How do I manage to always have to drain some type of water in almost every single episode? Let's grab my sponges and... What? Oh, they're wet. But if I stand beside it, it should dry off because I'm pretty hot, right? That was a really bad joke. So to make my life easier while I'm draining the ocean, I'm gonna build a confined space so it's easy to drain, if that makes any sense at all. Now just imagine this blue water turned green and toxic. I think it will look pretty cool, but let's start draining this out, and I'm hoping this will work. It's not working. Come on, just make a little opening of water. It's gonna happen eventually. Water can't regenerate all around and fit. Oh, it worked a bit. I mean, like only the edges sort of. I feel like if I remove these sponges though, it's just gonna fix itself right back, and I was totally right. Well, let's build up some dirt walls to make my life a little easier. And now let's start draining all of the water. Now to make this area look toxic like me, I'm going to need a lot of green stained glass. And 20 and 21. I think that would be enough, right? Yeah, I think so. That's all I filled up. Yeah, we're gonna need more, if you couldn't tell already. Luckily, I have this ginormous cactus farm. Let's grab some cacti and let's melt this up for some green dye. Let's craft some lime dye. And let's craft some stained glass. So to give this toxic lake a cool depth effect, I'm going to be putting some lime stained glass at the bottom here. And then some green on top of it. And continue that trend all the way up. So when you look down, it gives like a cool depth. And there we go. That's the first layer complete, and that took me over 16 stacks of glass. That's a lot. Now times that by another 4 layers, and my brain can't even do that math. So that's probably gonna be a lot of shulker boxes full of glass, I'm guessing. Well, let's continue building this toxic lake with a bunch of glass, and glass I don't even have. And we're done. Let's go see how it looks. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. We got ourselves Shrek's home, the toxic wasteland swamp thing. And let's just build a baby daddy version over here on this side. Now to spice up this custom biome even more, I also want to add a few trees like this Japanese biome, but make it look dead and Halloweeny. I said weenie. Now let's turn these spruce logs into spruce wood so all 4 sides are kind of covered. And I'm gonna try to make a few dead looking trees in this biome, so it just gives off like a scary or eerie vibe type of thing. So there won't be any leaves at all, and it's just gonna be a bunch of spiky branches. All right, this doesn't look too bad, but it's kind of fat right in the middle right there. So let's try to slim this down a bit. Like this. Or maybe just chop down some wood like that, and maybe make the stem part look a little thicker like that. It's a little better. Now it looks weird with a big empty space. Either way, I do like the shape a lot.